Welcome to Mahendras.com. You are watching speed test discussion ST number 12 SBI Clerk main subject maths. See, here we discuss important question of ST number 12 which are important to exam also. So here discuss first question is this question is based on a quadratic inequality basis. In inequality, 5 options given. See, first both equation may be a linear equation, may be a quadratic equation. First we solve the equation, then we compare both variables. What a relation between both variables here? Variables are in the form of P and Q. We check what a relation between P and Q. First option is this: P is equal to Q. Our relation cannot be established. And second option is P is greater than Q, and third option is P is less than Q, and fourth option is P is greater or equal than Q, and fifth option is P is less than or equal than Q. In that type cases, first we solve, but in this question not required to solve. Just see what is sign of equations. Here equation constant sign is positive and both equation constant sign is positive. So another things here, either each middle sign is negative and here middle sign is positive, so that in the form of which are middle sign we give opposite values. That means P values get positive and Q value you get negative value, so that you know positive value is always greater than negative value, so that P is greater than Q. So that correct option is P is greater than Q. Check, it is available in our second option, so that correct answer is second. This question is also based on a inequality basis. Question is that here first equation is P square minus 6P plus 8 is equal to 0, and another equation is 3Q square minus 10Q plus 7 is equal to 0. If we factors 8 in this way to get 6 by addition, that means 4 2s are 8, that means P value is 4 and another 2. Similar 3Q square minus 10Q plus 7, that means 3 7 are 10, that means Q value is what get 3 and 7. Divide by 3 also, 3 3s are 3 1 are 3 and 3 2s are 6, that means approximate 2 point somethings. 2.32 are 6 and 3 3 are 2.33. So here compare P value is 4, then Q value is 1, that means it shows P is greater than 2 Q. When P value is 2, then Q value is 1, then it also shows P is greater than Q. When P is 2, then Q is here 2.3, that means it represents Q is greater than 2 P. That means here two signs represent P is greater than Q and one sign represent Q is greater than 2P. In that type cases we cannot judge which relation is correct, that means P is greater than Q or Q is greater than 2P. So that in that type cases we just say P relation cannot be established. See, this question is based on simplification. In your examination, 5 question comes from the simplification. Just a simple question here, logical based question. And questions that percentage percentage of 920 into 7.5. If we assume in the place of question mark x, that means x into 920 into 7.5 by 100 is equal to 2898. Sorry. So that means in the place of we write as this way: 920. We have 920 into x, suppose that, into 7.5 divided by 100 is equal to 2898. We simplify this, then we easily get 0 0 cancel. If we put here 0, 25 3s are and 25 4s are. That means 4 we cancel at 23. 23 3s are 69. 69 into x is equal to 2898. That means x is equal to what we get? 2898 divided by 69. Not required to solve whole. We directly check 6 4s are, that means it's sure answer may be in the form of 42, 45, that means sure it's a line of 40. That means maybe a 42, 45, 48 or anything. But in the case here, see, unit place is here 9 and here unit place is 8. Then what we multiply to get unit place 8? It means sure here we multiply with a 2. That means our x value is most probable to 42. That means correct answer is our 42. Not required to whole. Just clear. That thing's 42. See what the next question. This question is also based on simplification. Here use of square root and squares uses. Here when first see things here, it's a square root of this. Then firstly we see pairing from right side. That means here see 1 in the unit place. That means sure its answer's unit place may be a 1 or 9. But most probable chance is 1. Not a most probable chance to come 9, because in 1 that means it's a sure right as 0 1 or 1 thing something. Then we check 118, which square near about. 118 is near about 10 square. That means answer may be 109 into question marks, square root of question mark is equal to 10137. If we divide it, then it's clear. Here 9 times and it's a 7. That means we multiply 3 here 9 and its unit place is 7. That means to sure here we multiply it with in 3 unit place. So that in the place of question mark square root is 93. If here question mark in the form of square root, then squaring both sides. If here question mark square, then its square goes to here square root. So squaring both sides, then we get question mark is equal to 8649. So that correct answer is 8649. Check which option it is available in our first option. So that correct answer is first. See what next question. This question is based on approximation. In our examination, 5 questions come from the approximation, 5 questions come from simplification, 5 questions come from inequality basis. Here approximation. What a question is there? 32.9782 plus 19.002 minus question mark is equal to 33.001. In the approximation cases, we cannot solve whole. In little bit approximate. Here 32.982 we write as a 33, because if we write if question is here 32.4378, then we use as a 32. But in the case of more than 0.5, then we assume as a adding 1. Here we write 32.97, we write as a 33. Similar, in place of 19.202, we write as a 19 minus question mark is equal to 33. 33 cancel out. That means question mark place is what? 19. But here option is not allowed 19, so that near about 19 is correct answer is 20, because here option is 15, 20, 23, 26 and 30. But here 19, it is sure more than 17 level, approximate 17 more. That means correct answer is 20. So that correct answer is 20. This question is also based on a approximation. See question is that 4 into 3 by 13 into 952 minus 128 or 128 whole 5 by 7. In place of 13, for approximation we use as here 12. Then we get 4 3s are 12, 3 3s are cancelled. Then here rest only 952. In 952 we write as a 950. Similar 128 whole 5 by 7. Then it may be 128.432. That means it we write as a 125. If we subtract, then what we get? 25. 9 minus 1, 8. That means 825s. So that 825 near about which options? 800. So that correct answer is 800s. This question is based on number series. In a number series, firstly get what logic goes on. Then we follow some logic follows. Here first see what logic follows. Then we get the answer. Here question is that 12. Then next number is 6. Then next number is 6. Then next number is 9. Then what place of question mark? See what logic goes on. Here logic follows 12 into 0.5. That is 12 half. 6 into 1. That means 1 times. Then it's a 1.5 times 6, 1.5, that is 6, 1.5, that means 6 into 3 by 2, that means 9. Then here 0.5, 1, then 1.5, then series what comes? Then next number is 2, that means 9 into 2, 18. then 18 multiplied by 2.5, then we easily get 45. So that in the place of question mark, it is available clear 18. 18 is available in our first option, so that correct answer is first. This question is based on two question or 5 question come from the data interpretation. This data interpretation is based on problem based. Here question is that a shirt cloth has goes 3 stages. First stage is printing, second washing, then ironing. If all 3 process complete, then shirt complete or jeans complete or any cloth complete. In any XYZ company, there are 6 printing machine. 6 printing machine, 10 washing machine, 5 iron machine. Each machine works for 10 hours per day. One piece of a shirt class need 40 minutes on printing machine, 2 hours for washing machine, 30 minutes on an ironing machine in order to be completed. That is, when all process complete, then shirt will be complete. Similarly, 1 unit of jeans needs 60 minutes on ironing machine, 60 minutes on printing machine, and 30 minutes on washing machine in order to complete it. See what the next question is here. Here question is that in a day, how many units of jeans can be completed at most? See, firstly check how much jeans is possibilities. Here 10 questions that 6 printing machine. There are 6 printing machine. 6 printing machine. And 6 printing machine. Each machine print 10 hours. That means how much total hours working? 60. And 6 printing machine. Then 10 washing machine. 10 washing machine working 10 hours. That means 100 hours total times. And 5 ironing machine. That means ironing machine is 5 and they working 10 hours. That means 50 hours. For jeans completion, how much time taken? 60 minutes for printing. For jeans, similarly for jeans, 60 minutes on ironing machine. That means 60 minutes to require to complete printing for 1 jeans. That means in 60 hours they can complete 60 hours printing 60 jeans. And washing machine, washing how much? Printing 60 minutes. 60 minutes on ironing machine and 60 minutes for printing machine. Ironing also 60 minutes. That means it can complete 50 hours 50 jeans. And printing 30 minutes. That means in a half hours they can complete 1 jeans. That means in 100 hours they can complete 200 jeans. That means all process when complete. That means ironing, printing and washing. That means all process complete only 50 jeans. That means maximum 50 jeans completed all process. Which are least numbers that can complete all process, that is 50. That means maximum possibility of jeans is 50 in that machines in a 1 day. Second question. If 20 units of jeans are made in a day, 20 minutes are made in a day, how many units of shirt can be completed the same day? Same process. First we see what data is there. Data is there. Here total 6 printing machine. That means printing machine how much hours? 6 into 10. That means 60 hours. And then washing machine 10. 10 into 10. That means 100 hours. Then 5 ironing machine. 5 into 10. That means 50 hours. 20 jeans completed. 20 jeans completed, and that means in a 60 minutes can print 1 jeans. In a 20 minutes, that means in 20 jeans, that means how much hours completed? 20 hours complete. Rest only over 40 hours. In a 40 hours, we check how much shirts can printing. In a shirt printing, one shirt Here question is that for printing 40 minutes on printing a machine, 2 hours. Here shirt similarly. Question is that 2 hours, one shirt can 40 minutes on a printing a machine. In a 40 minutes only one shirt can print, so that in a 40 hours it can printing 60 shirts, because 40 minutes in a one shirt, that means we 40 minutes we convert into hours, then we get 60, that means 60 hours, 60 shirt can print. And washing machine, here washing is how much to take in time, 30 minutes on ironing of a shirt. And here 20 jeans, in a jeans 20 completed, that means 20 jeans completed, and print washing machine, how much time taken, washing machine will take 30 minutes, that means in 30 minutes we complete 20 one jeans, so that 20 jeans we complete in a how much time, 30 minutes, that means in 20 jeans we complete a 10 hours, that means 90 hours rest. In 90 hours how much shirt can we printing washing, sorry, here washing we required for one jeans we required 30 minutes, that means 30 we divide, that means we complete only 45 shirts. Similarly next we see ironing, we get 20 years, that means 20 hours complete, that means just only 30. That means maximum possibilities of shirts 30 by 2, that means we get 60, that means maximum possibilities of shirt is here 45, so that your correct answer is 45. This is this is data interpretation based. In data interpretation, first we check what are data. If we clear data, then we easily solve. See what a next type DI. This DI is a number based problems. Here 5 students numbers, 5 schools A, B, C, D. Here number of students who is scoring marks less than 50%. This is number 240, 220, 300, 280 and 210. And here next columns, percentage of students scoring marks more than 50%. That is a percentage. That means 55% of 600, similarly 40% of 400, 20% of 375 and 10% of 350 and 25% of 300. That is a percentage of students, and it is number of students. See here number of students is 50% less than students, and here more than 50%. That means if we require to get exactly 50%, that means if we added both, that means 240 plus 55% of 600, then we subtracted from 600, get the number of students who get exactly 50%. That's DI, main logic. See in this question, what question is there? Which school has the lowest percentage of student scoring less than 50% marks? Here question is that is data is given in the form of numbers. We convert it to percentage, then we get how in which school get lowest percentage students. If we divide 240 divide by 600, then we get 40%. 240 by 600 into 100, that means it's a 40% of 600. If we divide 220 by 400, 220 400, then we get 4 5 of 4 5, that means it's a 55%. Similar 300 divided by 375, then we see it's a sure maybe 80% or 80 more than 80%. So that more than 55 and more than 45. See next 280 divided by 355, then it's also 39025. That means approximately it also gives the value more than 40 and more than 55. Next last 210 divided by 300, 3721, that means sure 70%. It's also more than 40%. That is lowest percentage is of 40%. It is in which school? This is school A. That means correct answer is A. What next question? This question is based which school has the highest number of students scoring exactly 50% marks? Here this is number of students which are less than 50%, and this is the percentage of which have more than 50%. If we required exactly 50%, that means we added both and subtracted from the total number of students and get the total number of students who get the exactly 50% marks. Here 240 and here 55%. That is 240, it's a clear, it's a 40 plus 6 for the, that means 6 for the 40, 24, that means 26, 40% plus 55%, that means 95%, that means 5%, and 5% of 600 is 5% of 600 is 30. Similar, 4 5 55 plus 40, it's also a 5%, that means impossible to option A and a B. Next, 300 plus 20% of 375. 20% of 375 means it's 20% of 375, it's a 75. 300 plus 75, it's also 375. That means 0 students. Next, 280 plus 10%. That means 280 plus 10% is 280 plus 10% is 350. That means 10% of 350, 35. That means 280 plus 35. That means 315. And total number of students is here 350. That means 35 students in D. And next, see 210. That means 70%, and it's 25%. 70 25. That means it's also 95%. It means 5%. And 5% of 300 is 15. That means maximum number of students in which school? It is clear. It is available in our D. So that exactly getting 50% students, 50% marks in a highest school is school D. That's a DI. See what next type questions. This question is based on a word language based problem, and its question is based on a pipeline system. That is, pipeline system is just like a work and time based question. See, question is that here question is that a tank can filled by a tap in 20 minutes, by another tap can in 60 minutes. Both taps are kept open, but for last 8 minutes the first tap is shut off. So the tank will be completely filled in how much time? That means first tap is shut off in last 8 minutes, so that in last 8 minutes which pipe working? Second pipe is working. See, first pipe A can fill 20 minutes, B in 60 minutes. We take LCM, that means 60, 23 are 61. The last 8 minutes first pipe is shut off. That means in last 8 minutes only second pipe is acting, so that it can fill one part in 1 minute in 8 minutes. That means 8 part fill. That means last 8 minutes only 8 part fill. That means rest 52 parts it filled by both pipes A and B together. If both pipes working, then how much tank can fill? 3 plus 1, that means 4. 52 divided by 4, then what will get? 13. Here question that how much time taken to complete the time, filling time. That means total time is how much? 13 plus 8, that means 21 minutes. See, 21 minutes in which option? It is clear. It is available in our third option, so that correct answer is third. This question is based on a work and time, and question is that 40% can do a piece of work in 16 days, working 6 hours per day. 60% can do the same work in X days, while 8 hours per day. If 4 foreigner person can do the same work in a day as a 9 new man can do, that means it's a 60% is new person. If 4 person is equal to 9 new person, then that means in place of 40 we write as a 90 new person. It's clear, because here given 4 former persons is equal to 9 new persons. That means in case of 40 we write as a 90. That means 90% can complete a work in 16 days, daily working 6 hours. And next, in how 60% daily 8 hours working in X days. If we solve it, then we get easily value of X. That means 0 0 cancel, 6 6 cancel, 8 2s are 16 and 9 2s are 18. That means in the place of X is 18 days. That means the value of X is 18. It's clear, it is available in our second option, so that correct answer is second. question is based on a mixture allocation, and question is that in a particular type of alloy, lead to tin is 5:6. The amount of lead should be added to 12.1 kg of material to make the ratio 1:1 is. Here, ratio of the lead and tin is 1:1. That means the ratio of the lead and tin will be same. That means quantity of lead and tin will be the same. So, here see the initial ratio lead to tin is 5:6. That means if we added 1 ratio into lead, then it becomes 6. That means ratio also 6:6. That means if we added 1 subtracted from the tin ratio, then it also equal the ratio of lead to tin. That means changement, we get the value of changement, we get the value of the ratio of 1. Here, what is the total value initial? 5 plus 6 is 11 unit. Ratio value is total 11 unit, and total is initial is 12.1. That means 11 ratio is 12.1 kg. If we get 1 ratio value, this is the changement in a ratio. That means it is the changement in a lead quantity, and here 1 value is what? 1.1 kg. We check 1.1 kg is available in which option? It is clear is available in our second option, so that correct answer is second. That question are based on our train based problems, and question is that two trains are same length are running in a parallel track in opposite direction with the speed of 65 km per hour and 85 km per hour respectively. Here in the case of train basis problem, first we check which direction train running. They are running in a same direction or they are running in a opposite direction. If they are running in a opposite direction, then in cases we use as a relative speed both train speed is added. But when the both train running in the same direction, then speed is subtracted. Here question is that both trains are running in opposite direction. That means it's a relative speed of how much? 65 plus 85. That means 150 kilometers per hour. That means we write as a 150 into 5 by 18 meter per second. That is the speed of both train relative speeds. They crosses each other in 6 seconds. That means it is the speed, and time is how much? Crossing 6 minutes. If we multiply the relative speed to the time, then we get the distance between both. Distance, how much distance traveled for crossing. That means a crossing we travel both train length summations. That means both train are same length, then 2L is equal to how much? 150 into 5 by 18 into 6. Then we solve 6 3s are and 3s 50, 55 are 250. That means length of each train is 125 meter. See, it is available in our second option, so that correct answer is second. See, this question is based on a speed and distance, and here uses of mention 2. Question is that A and B walks from one corner of rectangle field to the corner just diagonally opposite. A walks along the diagonal and B walks along the sides. Here two persons walking around a rectangular path. One person walks diagonally. That means suppose that first person, that means A walks A to directly its position in diagonal faces. Another person B walks in this way. It goes first length sides, then it goes upside, that means the breadth side. Here they are reaching this point. Suppose that it's a point of maybe P and it's a Q and it's a R and it's a S. They reaches point S in same. Here question is that reaching the finishing point together. That means both time taken is here same. First person goes here P to Q to S by directly, here by diagonally. Another person goes goes Q to R, then R to S. That means how much distance travel? Here ratio of the side is given here 3:4. That means the value is 3 and its value is 4 units. Ratio, that means we write as a 3 unit and it's write as a 4 units. So it's clear by using pathos. It's clear. Its distance is 5 unit. both traveling, they finishing together, that means can take in same time. That means their time ratio, the time is constant and distance is different. So that the ratio of the speed is a directly proportional to the distance, and that means its speed ratio is SA ratio SB. We write as a directly the ratio of the distance. How much distance travel first? It can travel 5 units and it can travel how much? 3 plus 4, that means 7. That means its speed ratio is 5:7. Because here time is constant, that means speed is directly proportional to the distance, that means 5:7. See, it is available in our fourth option, so that correct answer is fourth. This question is this question is based on a compound test. Question is that a sum of money invested at a compound test amounts in 3 years to rupees 2400, and in 4 years it to become 2520, the rate of interest. Then what is the difference between both amounts? Here we will clear. It is difference is how much? 120 rupees. It's a 120 rupees, so the interest on rupees 2400, because 2400 act as a principal for 4 years. That means so 2400 get a 120 rupees as a interest, so that rate of interest how much? 120 divided by 2400 into 100. It's clear. It's a 5%. So that correct answer is third. What our next question? See, this question is based on a data interpretation, and data interpretation maybe 3 DI comes. 2 DI already discussed, and it's a last DI. It's a basis on a table here column basis, and first column shows the sales revenue, and red column shows the cost of the productions. See, first what question is here? This question is by what percent the amount received from the sales in the year 2011 of the company more than the expenditure on the on production in the year 2014. That means sales, how much money received from sales from in the year 2011. See, first we get data. In 2011, how much amount received? 725. 2014, how much amount he can spend on expenditure? That it's clear, 500. Question is that how much it's more? That means here how much more? It's clear, 725 here, 500. That means more than how much? 225. And percentage how much? 225 divided by 500 into hundreds. Then we get 225 divided by 500 into 100. Then we easily get it's a 45%. It is in a growth. How much more? It's a more 45%. It is available in our second option, so that correct answer is second. This question, in how many years the sales revenue is less than the average revenue of the given years? That question is very lengthy question. Firstly, we calculate how many, what is the average revenue in the whole years, sales revenue. See, firstly get data. Here revenue from the sales is, first is 750, and there is 725, and 500. It's a 600, it's 800, and last 800. If we calculate average, that means it's a mean value. If we calculate the average 750, 725, 500, 600, 800 and 800, it's a sure it's a more than 600, because 3 are here, 4 values is more than 600, and more here 750, 725, 800 and 800. That means 2 values more than 200s. Sure, it's a 2 values 550 and 650 always less than the average revenues. So that here year is how much? 2 years is 2 year is less than, which is average revenue less. And so that correct answer is our second. That's our important question of SBI ST number 12. Thank you for watching us. For more videos, you can subscribe our YouTube channels.